Hello students, welcome to this video lecture on engineering curves. I, Anthony Augustine, would be discussing a problem of involute. Following is the problem statement. A line AB 120 mm long is tangent at the top of a circular disc of 50 mm diameter, so that the point A is at the top of the circumference of the circle. The line AB rolls around the circumference of the circular disc in clockwise direction. Draw the locus of end A till end B touches the circumference of the circular disc, and we have to name the curve. So by the definition we know that if we draw the locus of end of a line which is rolling on a circle without slipping, then it is definitely an involute. So the curve traced here is an involute, and the data given is that the line length is given as 120 mm. The circle is having a diameter of 50 mm, and through relation we know that the circumference would be 157 mm long. Now we go through the actual construction. We start by drawing the circle first of 25 mm radius, which is drawn medium dark. Then through the center I'll be drawing a horizontal. Similarly, I'll draw a tangent to the given circle. I am using a protractor to divide the circle into 12 equal parts. So I'll be taking angles of 30 degree each and joining it with the center. So I forgot the vertical one, so I'm taking the vertical. Now I'll be drawing a vertical line through the center at an angle of 60 degree. I am drawing angle of 30 degree. I am drawing. Similarly on the other side. So in this way I divide the circle into 12 equal parts. Because the line is rolling in clockwise direction, I'll be naming the points on the circle in clockwise direction. Next, on the tangent horizontal, I'll be taking a distance of 157 mm. So this is the circumference. So I mentioned the distance using a dimension line. Next, I should divide this circumference of 157 mm into 12 equal parts. For that, I construct a line at an acute angle, take approximate distance on the compass and draw equal divisions, that is 12 equal divisions on the inclined line. Now the last division that I obtain I erase the unnecessary long line. The last division I connect to the last point of the circumference, and to this line I'll be drawing parallel to the other division, parallel lines through the other divisions. So my circumference is divided into 12 equal parts. So now I have found all the 12 points. So I'd be naming them in a sequence starting from the point of contact. So 1 dash, 2 dash, 3 dash, 4 dash, 5 dash, and so on up to 12 dash. Now I'll mark the point B on the circumference, that is 120 mm, and that lies somewhere just ahead of 9 dash. So I name the point on the circle as A, and at a distance of 120 I take point B. Next, I'll be drawing tangents through point 1, 2, 3 and so on the circle. So I take lines perpendicular to the radius at point 2 and draw a tangent. And in this manner, I draw tangents towards the side on which point A is lying, because I have to track the locus of point A. So I draw tangents up to point 9 because my point B is lying towards the right of 9 dash, as you can see on the circumference. So this is the 9 point on the circle, 9th point. Now I need to find point B on the circle, so I take the distance from 9 to B on my compass and I mark it on the circle directly. This is an approximate method, but it would save a lot of time. Now this is B dash, or the point at which B would come in contact with the circle. I draw a radius joining it with the center, and perpendicular to this radius I'll be drawing a tangent. So with the ruler scale, if it is not possible, what you can do is you can directly use a protractor, as I am doing now. So I take a perpendicular at point B dash and draw a tangent. Now I'll take distances from the point 1 to point A. Keep it on the tangent at 1 and mark point A1, as can be seen. Remember, I am marking the point through 1 on the circle. Distance was 1 dash to A. Next, I take distance 2 dash to A, keep it on 2 and mark a point on tangent through 2. Now 3 dash to A, I take distance, keep 3 dash to A, keep it on 3 on the circle and mark it on the tangent A3. Similarly, I would draw arcs on the respective tangents, taking distances from the horizontal circumference that I have laid out. So I am tracking the distance of point A at the respective points. So now I am taking 7 to A, keep it on 7 and marking on the tangent through 7. Next, 8 dash to A I am taking, keeping the point on 8 on the circle, marking it on the tangent through 8. Next, 9th point, 9 dash to A I have taken, keeping it on the tangent through 9 and marking the point. Finally, I take the distance of B to A, that is 120 mm, keep it on B dash and mark and get the point A farthest away. So now I have got all the points on the curve, and what I do is join all these points with a smooth curve. But before that, I erase the unnecessary tangent lengths which are not needed. Next, I use a French curve to draw a smooth curve like this through all the points. So I am doing the curve and 2 points at a time. So I don't join the last point. So the curve, I am making it, adjusting it to be matching the edge of the curve, the French curve, and then joining, passing it through the point up to some distance and terminating it just before a point. Then further 2 points I'm covering. So I'm going 2 points at a time. So in this way, I'll join all the points on the curve, and this is the required involute. So I'll just finish up give the finishing touches and write the name of the curve that is an involute. So this is the given solution. I hope you were able to solve this problem using this video, and thank you for your patient listening.